Today you join us here in Boston, Massachusetts at the iconic Fenway Park. We've been invited to here by Red Bull, and what we're doing is taking a close look at their epic event, Crushed Ice. What I wanted to do in this video is try and identify what components make this one of the most extreme spectator sports on the planet.
So my name is Reed Whiting. I grew up in Minnesota, now I live in Phoenix, Arizona. Grew up playing hockey, actually played Division I hockey at Ohio State with guys like Ryan Kessler, RJ Umberger for years. Took a few years off of hockey and ice in general, and then got into this when I was about 32 years old. Competed for 3 to 4 years, and then got into the commentary side, and I do GoPro runs for Red Bull. For me, this is just like a culmination of like so many things. Like no one discipline, like hockey, skiing, inline can make you good at this. Like you literally have to be able to merge like 10 different sports together and then put it on the ice in a super competitive environment with like high adrenaline and high stakes. So it's just the best mix of everything for me, and we can't get enough. Best part of being a Red Bull athlete, the epic locations. There's nothing like Fenway Park, the Cathedral in St. Paul, the streets of Quebec City. I mean, these things, the backdrops are amazing, the fans, just everything about being here, being part of this sport and being part of Red Bull blows my mind. So the sport's really evolved in like the last 10 years. Everybody used to wear like bulky hockey gear with baggy jerseys and stuff. Then guys figured out aerodynamics actually matters. So you can see we have real thin profile jerseys, barely cut out a lot of the pads on the breezers, wear really small knee pads and keep everything like really tight. Most of our equipment is actually like mountain bike equipment because that's like the most low profile that still gives us enough protection to not kill ourselves.
So I started Crashed Ice because I actually saw it on YouTube. I come from an inline and ice hockey background, and I do a bit of street skating because it's always hot in Australia and it's good to get out there on some blades, and kind of made sense just to put it all together in one sport. Plus it's crazy as hell and you meet some of the best guys on tour, so I thought, stuff it, why not? Crashed Ice is such a unique sport, for me at least, because it puts so many situations where you've never been on ice into reality. So for example, skating inside Fenway Park, track in Marseille, you're doing a 3-story vertical drop onto like a lower part of the track. The things that you see in action movies and you're like, that'd be crazy to give it a try, but this sport actually gives you the chance to give it a full go. I threw myself down a Crashed Ice track because from start to finish, there's nothing else you can think of on the track. It's you and the ice and the blades. If it's a Saturday night, it's you and 3 other guys skating down a track as fast as you can be, and there's no more free feeling than just hitting the track and having no worries for the 30 seconds to a minute you're on there. You hit the finish line with the biggest smile on your face, and no matter how hard of a fall you take, you always want to get back up and give it another go.
I'm going to describe a little bit more about the Crashed Ice blades. We use a bandy blade, and we profile the front, and we keep the back the shape as the bandy blade to give us more stability. We've evolved in sport where we can figure out what's going to be the best opportunity for us to seize moments in skating down the track, and this is at the point where we can get more stability, have better glide ratio, as well as have a nice safe ride down the track, encompassing all the jumps, the hairpin turns. These kind of blades have been engineered specifically for our sport. So I would just talk a little bit about the flare blade that has been recently introduced in our sport. It has a thicker base to it, which is kind of like a bell bottom in a sense, where we can have more steel on the ice and have a better overall glide to it, as well as stability. So these have been introduced to some of the athletes, and they've been performing and they've been working out. Same radiuses, same pitches, same profiles. They work just as well as the butterfly blades from Step Steel, but these ones are new to the market, and yeah, they've been working out.
My name's Mike, the Mullet Morris. I'm from Austin, Texas, baby. There's a lot of things that make Crashed Ice special. I'm one of them, because I'm a part of it. The other thing is that in Texas, you don't see much hills of ice. So to be able to do this, and especially in a place as iconic as Fenway Park, it's just truly, truly, truly special. What makes this sport so unique is that there's just nothing like it. I mean, it's one of the most extreme things that you will ever see or do in your life. You're going down giant hills, hitting jumps, taking turns, and you're with 3 other dudes that are trying to rip your head off. I mean, it's one of the most crazy things you've ever seen in your life. It's better than a rodeo. It's better than anything you'll ever do. You got to come watch this sport. You got to. All right, less than 10 words. Red Bull crashed ice. Awesome, yee haw, coolest on the planet. How many words I got left? Like 2. Atomic athlete. That's the last one right there. That's me, atomic athlete. Here we go.
Well, I do the crashed ice because it's so much fun. It's a completely new challenge compared to the ice hockey and flat ice skating I did before. I got scouted in Latvia doing just free run with my girlfriend back then, and I asked if I wanted to do this sport, and I gave it a go, and ever since I fell in love with it. It's so much fun. What makes the sport so different is that it's very unique. It combines ice hockey, which I played for my entire life. Then you've got the downhill, of course, which gives you like so much speed. It goes so much faster. I always liked speed, and it's just the combination of this all makes it completely different. It's something you can't find in any other sports. There's nothing that comes close to this one, so that makes it very unique, and just that's why I do it. The part that makes this sport so special to watch is you've got athleticism. There are lots of crashes, and of course the speed in it. The crashes makes the sport unpredictable. So no matter if you're racing the world champion, you can still end up first because a crash just happens in a snap, you know. So it's anyone's race. Everyone can win, and makes it open to everyone and very fun to watch.
What makes crashed ice special? Well, we're in one of the most iconic stadiums in the world right now. They built scaffolding, they built a hill of ice, and we're going down on an 1/8 of an inch wide blade of steel. That's pretty gnarly, at around 50 miles an hour. Why do I do this? It's a lot of fun. It combines some of my favorite things to do. Speed, adrenaline, travel, camaraderie of all the guys. And it's also really awesome being a part of a growing sport. Most of us are ex-hockey players. I just saw it on TV and I was like, I have to do this. Went out for a qualifier, won that. The rest is history. Been doing it about 5 seasons now. Man, we got big plans for this sport. We'd love to see it in the Olympics and hopefully maybe a stadium series. You didn't hear that from me. More places like this would be great. Just spreading the word about the sport and just giving the fans something fun to watch. Crash ice in less than 10 words: speed, adrenaline, downhill, gives you wings. Red Bull, let's go!